How narcissists test you without you knowing. This video will give you 6 clear ways narcissists secretly test you, so you can spot the traps and shut them down fast. Pay close attention to the final test, because it's the one they use to lock people into their cycle. 1. They throw you a compliment that feels oddly sharp. It sounds sweet on the surface. You're actually smarter than I expected, but the word actually is the dagger. The test? They want to see if you'll laugh it off, defend yourself, or absorb the insult like it was wrapped in candy. If you smile and let it slide, they learn you'll tolerate being diminished in subtle ways. That's a green light for them to push harder next time. 2. They exaggerate a tiny flaw and watch your reaction. Maybe they point out how you always mispronounce a word, or that your shirt has quirky wrinkles. They're not trying to be helpful. They're fishing. The goal is to see if you scramble to prove yourself or rush to fix the problem. If you do, you've just confirmed you'll twist yourself into knots to earn their approval. 3. They test your silence tolerance. A narcissist will sometimes go quiet, not as a peaceful pause, but as a lab experiment. They vanish mid-conversation, delay their reply, or stare at you blankly after you've said something meaningful. This isn't forgetfulness. It's calculated. They're gauging whether you'll panic, over-explain, or chase them into breaking the silence. Every word you spill in that gap tells them how much power they hold. 4. They introduce a strange comparison. Out of nowhere, they'll say something like, "You remind me of my ex. She was so spontaneous." Notice the hook? It's not even about their ex. It's about watching if you'll flinch, compete, or work harder to stand out. They're planting a seed of insecurity to see if you'll water it with your energy. 5. They stage a mini crisis to measure your loyalty. It could be a story about how everyone at work is against them, or a sudden sigh about how nobody really understands. The details might be flimsy, but that's not the point. The test is simple. Do you rush in with sympathy, defend them without evidence, or volunteer to fix their problem? If you do, they've just learned you'll carry their emotional baggage on command. 6. They float a boundary-crossing request. It won't be huge at first, maybe asking you to cancel a plan for them or share something you usually keep private. The request is less important than your response. If you hesitate but eventually cave, they file away the result. Your no can be negotiated. Each small concession sets the stage for bigger ones, and that's the exact data they were looking for.